Amy and the Enchanted Speech Feather. Amy was a 10-year-old girl who loved drawing and reading stories aloud to her cat, Whiskers. But there was one thing that filled her with dread: public speaking. Every time her teacher asked her to read in front of the class, Amy's hands trembled. Her voice shook and her heart raced. What if I forget the words? What if everyone laughs at me? She often wondered. Watching her classmates speak confidently only made her feel worse. One rainy afternoon, as Amy walked home from school with her head down, she noticed a shimmering shop she had never seen before. Its sign read "The Whispering Words Workshop," with glowing letters that danced in the rain. Curiosity tugged at her, and despite her nerves, she stepped inside. The room sparkled with floating books, glowing scrolls, and in the center sat an old, shimmering feather on a pedestal. The feather sparkled with silver dust, and as Amy approached, it twitched to life. "Hello, Amy," the feather spoke softly, its voice like a gentle breeze. "I sense you fear speaking in front of others." Amy's eyes widened, but she nodded. "I wish I could speak without feeling so scared," she admitted. The feather swirled in the air and landed in her hands. "I am the Enchanted Speech Feather. I can't give you instant confidence, but I can guide you through your fear." Amy hesitated, but then whispered, "I'm ready." In an instant, the room shimmered, and Amy found herself standing on a stage, facing an audience of gentle forest animals. Her heart pounded, and her knees felt shaky. I can't do this," she mumbled. The feather floated beside her. "Remember the first time you learned to ride a bike? You wobbled. Speaking is the same. It's okay to feel nervous. Let's start small." Amy took a deep breath and looked at a kind rabbit in the front row. She imagined she was speaking just to him. Slowly, her voice steadied as she read a short poem. When she finished, the animals clapped their tiny paws. Amy beamed with pride. The feather whispered, "See, it's not about being perfect, it's about trying." For the next few days, Amy returned to the Whispering Words workshop. The feather taught her lessons on preparation, practice, and the importance of focusing on the message instead of her fear. One day, the feather said, "Now it's time for your biggest challenge." Amy found herself back in her school auditorium. Her classmates sat waiting as she stood on stage, this time without the feather. Her hands trembled, but she remembered the kind rabbit, the cheering animals, and the gentle voice of the feather. She took a deep breath and began. Her voice was shaky at first, but with each word, she grew stronger. When she finished, the room filled with applause. Amy's heart swelled with pride. As she walked off the stage, she felt a soft whisper in her ear. "You did it, Amy. The magic was inside you all along." From that day on, Amy didn't fear public speaking. She knew it was okay to feel nervous, but with practice, patience, and a little bit of courage, she could share her voice with the world. Was right. The courage was inside her all along. And guess what? It's inside you too. We all have fears, but facing them makes us stronger. So tell us in the comments, what fear do you want to overcome? The end now, let's learn some words. Trembled. Shook slightly due to fear, excitement, or weakness. Amy trembled as she stood in front of the class, her hands shaking. Curiosity. A strong desire to know or learn something. Her curiosity grew when she saw the glowing shop that wasn't there before. Shimmering, shining with a soft, flickering light. The shimmering feather sparkled under the shop's magical lights, whispered. Spoke very softly, using breath without vocal cords. Amy whispered her fears to the enchanted feather, hesitated, paused before doing something, often due to uncertainty. But then stepped inside. Confidence. A feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. Self-assurance. The feather taught Amy that confidence comes from practice. Nervous, easily agitated or alarmed, anxious or worried. Amy felt nervous before speaking in front of her classmates. Encouragement, the action of giving someone support or confidence. The feather's encouragement helped Amy face her fears. Pride, a feeling of deep pleasure from one's achievements. She felt pride when the audience applauded her speech. Magical, relating to magic or having enchanting qualities. Magical, relating to magic or having enchanting qualities. The shop had a magical atmosphere, filled with floating books and glowing scrolls. Preparation, the action or process of making ready for something. With good preparation, Amy felt more confident before her speech. Audience, a group of people who gather to watch or listen to something. The audience of forest animals listened carefully as Amy read her poem. Imagined, formed a mental image of something that isn't present. She imagined the kind rabbit as her only listener to calm her nerves, whispering, speaking very softly. The feather kept whispering supportive words into Amy's ear. Patience, the capacity to accept or tolerate delay or trouble without getting upset. Amy learned that patience was key to overcoming her fear. Enchanted, filled with delight, or under a magical spell. The enchanted feather floated gently in the air, glowing softly, steadied, made something stable or less shaky. Her voice steadied as she continued reading the poem aloud. Applause, clapping by an audience to show appreciation. The room filled with applause after Amy finished her speech. Achievement, something done successfully with effort and skill. Completing the speech was Amy's biggest achievement. Guided, led, or directed someone. The feather guided Amy through her public speaking fears. If you enjoyed Amy's magical journey, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Magical Words Stories for more enchanting adventures. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new tale.